Welcome back, Dr. Pratiksha, for the second part of this fasting miracle. As last time we closed with the question like, is fasting for everyone? So my first question here is, how about kids? Can kids fast?
Yes. Uh, Welcome all. Thank you again for this opportunity, Steve. You asked me a very good question. Fasting for the children. Because nowadays, what is happening? People don't know
Mm,
who should fast, who should not fast,
mm.
when to fast, how to fast. And in Ayurveda, it is told who should do fasting and who should not do fasting.
Okay.
Yeah, and you won't believe like it is already given in particular. For example, like you said, for the
Mm.
children, it is not allowed to do fasting for the children because there is a reason. They are
Mm.
in the growing period. They are in the
Yes.
growing age.
Yeah.
So if you do the fastings, their growth will hamper
Yes.
and it will affect their health, immune system.
So basically, they need a lot of nutrition because they're growing actually.
Nutrition. Yeah, correct. If you want to do the fasting for the children, you should do a healthy fasting. Give them a healthy food. That is
Uh,
type of fasting for them.
Okay. But how about like modern days now, like basic small kids have got obesity, diabetes, and stuff like that. How?
That's what I said. Like if you want to do a fasting for the children, do the healthy fasting, which is the now need of the society nowadays.
Yeah,
Don't give them this burger, this cheese, the bread, the meat, the heavy food stuff.
yeah.
Give them something which is natural, like the fruits, the vegetables, the lentils, and
Nuts and
very nuts. Yeah, give them the healthy food stuff, which will help to give them a good health, good nutrition, proper
uh,
growth, and
uh,
also improve their lifestyle, and not
mm.
and to keep them away from this health problem like obesity, diabetes, which are growing nowadays very fast in children.
Yes, yes. I'm really because I've got two kids. I know how important it is to really make them eat right food. So you're basically trying to see they should eat uh, mindfully, not just eat any rubbish you're getting outside today.
Correct. Yeah. So that's what the purpose is important. Whenever you're doing fasting, there should be a purpose. In
Yeah.
children, the purpose should be the health.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to the second question.
Mhm.
It is said that fasting makes us healthy. We all know that it makes us healthy. So can a sick person do fasting?
Wow. This is also a very good question asked. Like even like you said, like fasting leads to health. So everybody wants to do fasting. But sick persons, there are some health problems, diseases. I told you in my previous interview, like about some diseases. Like there are some diseases, and fasting is a treatment for these diseases.
Yeah, yeah.
So here, there are some diseases told in Ayurveda where fasting is recommended, and
Uh-huh.
there are some health problems told in Ayurveda where fasting is not recommended.
Okay.
So suppose person is getting a fever.
Uh-huh.
The first after getting the fever, you can see the person will say like, I don't have the feeling of appetite, or
Uh,
no, don't want to eat the food, don't
yeah,
feel like eating the food.
yeah.
In this person, fasting is recommended.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Even I can give you an example of the constipation. When
Yeah,
you eat too much,
yeah,
when you eat too much, and when you don't have a desire to eat, and
yeah.
if you do fasting, you will get relief from this problem.
Uh-huh.
Even one more example I can give you of there is one disease nowadays for the joint. It is of the arthritis. It is called rheumatoid arthritis.
Uh-huh. Okay.
In this type of problem, Ayurveda has to do the fasting, okay, dry fasting,
Uh-huh.
but you can drink the water, hot water, timely when you are
Uh-huh.
feeling thirsty.
Mm-hmm.
So this will helps to that take out the toxin from the body, and you will be cured from the problem.
Uh-huh.
So, in short, I can tell you, like in only specific health problems, specific diseases, you can do fasting.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, if you do fasting in the all problems,
Yeah,
sicknesses,
yeah.
then it increases the vata dosha, we say. Vata
Uh-huh.
dosha. Like in Ayurveda, there are three doshas,
Yes.
vata, pitta, and kapha.
Okay.
So, if you do fasting in sickness also, and it is not recommended, it will increase your vata in the body, not only at physical, but also at your psychological level.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh-huh. Okay.
it will lead to more health problems.
So
Okay,
so you recommend that sick people also can fast, but they have
mm,
to just look at their own constitution, where they
correct.
are, and if it is
Yeah,
advisable to them, then they can look for fasting. Okay.
yeah,
So you also said that whenever the basic natural way to look at it is like when you fall sick and you don't feel like eating, it's a signal that you don't need to eat, so you can fast.
correct. Yeah,
And
correct.
it's exactly the opposite for the other type of people.
Yeah, correct.
Very good. So sick people can fast, but they have to consult the right doctor
Consult the
or
experts. Yeah,
experts in this field, and they can do it.
yeah.
It's not like you cannot do at all. You can.
You can. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what in
And
specific health problem you
and
can do.
with proper advice from right people, actually.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Uh, Great. Now, there are a lot of fitness enthusiasts today. They want to do gym and running and stuff like that. Do you recommend fasting for them? Because they're already fit, they're running, they don't have much fat on the body and stuff like that. Do you still recommend fasting?
You won't be surprised, but in Ayurveda, it is told about these people also.
Okay.
Because Ayurveda says what, when a person does a rigorous exercise or rigorous heavy, what do you say, yoga or rigorous exercises, his body, his fire is already ignited.
Yeah.
He has a very good, strong digestion power.
Yeah.
Even it is said like if you this person means there is a correlation told in Ayurveda that they can digest even the iron balls. This so it is I would say not recommended to do a fasting for the people who are doing heavy exercise.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
Okay, if they if even it is told like a person who is doing heavy exercise, they should eat the the fat, good fat, like the with the ghee, with the oils and hot and this type of heavy foods they can
Yeah.
eat, and they
Yeah.
can do rigorous exercise.
Yeah. Okay.
So, suppose, but if the person with the doing too much of rigorous exercise, if they do the fasting,
Mm.
what will happen, that fire will be ignited,
Uh-huh.
and that fire will require some fuel. That is,
Yeah.
fuel is our food, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you don't give them the food, it will start digesting the good tissues of your body because it
Uh-huh.
wants something to digest. So
Yes.
it is not good to do fasting after doing rigorous exercises.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. You said it right. Great. Can old people, a old person fast? And if yes, how? Like say somebody who's like 60 years old, 65, 70.
Yeah. Um, in Ayurveda, it is actually told like old people they should not do fasting, but there are some conditions.
Mm, okay.
Okay, like old people, like how Vata, Pitta, Kapha is there in our body in the nature. Same way it is there in the ages.
Mm,
Like when you are small, the Kapha is more. We say Kapha
mm,
dominant age. When you are young, Pitta is more.
yeah.
And when you're old, when you're getting old, Vata starts to increase in the body.
Yeah.
So automatically, and I told you, if you do too much fasting, your Vata will increase.
Uh-huh.
So old people, if they want to do fasting, they have to do the fasting with the recommendation of the expert, because
Okay.
they have to see if their body can do this fasting or how much they can do fasting.
Uh-huh.
They have to judge this, and accordingly they can do fasting.
Okay. There is one, it brings me to a nice question.
Hmm.
In most of the parts of the world today, uh, eating vegetarian food is very common, like meat, fish, and things like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
And they generally think that many of them who are doing this, they think that people who are vegetarian, they are usually fasting regularly because they think vegetarianism is fasting. You get my point?
Yeah,
What I'm trying to say.
yeah,
So
yeah, understood. Yeah,
yeah. So uh, so if you go by that context, vegetarians are fasting 365 days of the year. If you go by that concept, actually. But I
mm.
feel today we have so much of pollution, so much of adulteration which happens in the food by cultivation, pesticides, and many other things. Whatever we eat, it will not be 100% pure and clean. So we need to have a process by which we can regularly clean this our system. Okay, so that's why I feel it's very good to do fasting at least once in a month or once in a week or once in 2 weeks. it not necessarily it can be a dry fast. It can be a simple fast like fruits, vegetables, and fresh fruits, fresh food, instead of having something cooked or meat or bread or something like that. If you do that also, for people who are weak, for people who are strong, they can go dry also. Doesn't matter. So if you do once in a week or once in 2 weeks or whatever like this, it will help you just clean the garbage which you take inside. Remember, just like 200 years back, we used to have fresh fruit from our own gardens. Actually, you cut it, eat it, and it
Yeah,
was something like that.
correct.
It's not
Yeah,
the same now,
no,
and
correct.
it's not the same now. And due to commercialization, we are growing this with a lot of pesticides, and artificially we grow that. So the true nutrition in the food is not there. It is there, but not up to the mark it should be, and it contains a lot of agents or pollution which may harm us in the long run. So, keeping this in mind, I always felt that we must fast once in a while, or make it a habit to at least fast in once in 2 weeks or once in a month, so you clean your system.
Correct.
This is what
Yeah,
I. This is what my view is actually about this.
yeah, it's correct. Actually, it is, it is very good if you want to do a proper fasting, or if you want to do something proper healthy fasting, I
Yeah,
can say.
yeah,
So it is said like whatever is grown in that particular area, you should eat that.
yeah, yeah.
Because it has gone through the same climatic conditions, so which will
Absolutely.
suit your body.
Yeah, yeah.
So whatever fruits, vegetables which are grown locally, you should eat that. They are
Mhm.
very good for your body.
Absolutely. So it is from the same soil, it's from the same sun energy, it's from the same
Yeah,
water energy
correct,
actually. So it's
correct.
good to have from the look. But nowadays, due to refrigeration and with very high
Yeah,
end technologies, we are eating some fruit which is there from some other country, something from some other country actually. We become kind of a
yeah,
cocktail, a DNA cocktail is happening within us actually.
yeah, correct.
All right. So besides the standard fasting which you mentioned, like we can do either abstain from bread or meat or fish or something like that, or just continue with vegetables and fruits and nuts and water or milk products or something like that. And some people also prefer to do just water fasting, just having water during the day, or some people just can have just prefer to dry, nothing, no water, nothing, nothing, nothing.
Yeah,
So I do dry fasting myself once in 2 weeks. So
wow.
I go through it regularly, and I really enjoy it. It's changed my life a lot since the time I'm doing it. Uh, Now, I also see that some people on regular basis, on daily basis, they abstain from sugar. They do sugar fasting, not just one day through their life. What is your
Yeah.
view on this actually?
In on this view, I would like to tell you like if you're doing really a sugar fasting, I would say very good. But some people are doing what, I have seen the people, they are doing the sugar fasting. They are not eating the sugar, but they are eating the other stuff.
Okay,
You know,
because everything is finally sugar actually.
yeah, everything is finally sugar.
Yeah.
Means okay, they will say, okay, I'm not eating sugar, but I will eat some chocolates, maybe only little chocolates.
Okay.
So in this context, I will tell you what Ayurveda has said.
Mm.
Ayurveda says, there are six type of taste told in
Mm.
Ayurveda, like whatever we food, they are in the food. They are
Yeah.
like sweet, it's
Yeah.
called madhur,
Yeah.
sour, which is called amla,
Yeah.
salty, that is
Yeah.
lavana,
Yeah.
then spicy, we say katu,
Mm.
the bitter, we say the pitta, and last one the astringent or the kashar.
Yeah.
So what Ayurveda says is, if a person wants to be healthy, he should consume the all types of taste every day, every food.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but depends on your body type, which is more required for you.
Mm.
That taste food should be consumed by the person more.
Mm.
For example, suppose a person is vata,
Yeah.
so he should have a taste more of madhur, sweet, sour.
Yeah.
Suppose a person is of pitta, he should take more sweet,
Mm.
then astringent and
Yeah.
bitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And suppose a person is of kapha, he should take the taste like the astringent, bitter, and pungent.
All right. So this brings us to really a little bit under. We have to understand a little bit of Vata, Pitta, Kapha because I,
Yeah,
we're going to take this in the next part. So uh, just like one shirt cannot fit all, same with the fasting too. So how someone or what kind of fasting is best for everyone? Okay. So we will discuss this in the third episode. Thank you for this session, Dr. Pratiksha. Uh, we will talk again soon. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.